to welcome you to the April Golf Committee meeting. And before we get started, we have 2 or 3 things we need to clear up. Clay Merritt's gone, and Gary has his proxy, and Brad Lawrence is gone, and I have his proxy. We also have an item down under old business that I would like to table until the May meeting because it's Clay's concern, and since he's not here, I'd like to table it till he's here next month. Any objections for that? Facilities course review form. Any objection for that? Okay, so we'll move it till May. Okay, approval of the March 12th minutes. Second, Jim, okay. Any changes? If not, all those in favor to accept? 2 votes, 2 votes, Gary? No, you've got to be very careful because we don't want to make changes for him, so. Okay, we have another item. We have another item we're going to rearrange. Hannah's got some information that she's going to share with us, and she'd like to get back to work so quickly that she'd like to get started early. So, Hannah, you're up.
Hi, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for having me. I just wanted to go over our new Golf Academy. It's called the Futures Golf Academy Youth Program, sponsored by the Futures Cup. So we are super fortunate to receive some sponsorship through the Futures Cup, and I'm just going to kind of go over what we're going to be doing for this year to really capitalize on this great opportunity. The first opportunity is a scholarship program for a senior in high school. Now, it's going to be $1,000. They have to have a GPA of 3.5 or more, a community leader, and plays high school golf. This will all be done through an application we're going to get with marketing to promote it. And I would love for Dave and a few others with Futures Cup to review our applications.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Although the 3.5 GPA, I didn't suggest that because I never achieved that when I was in school. But
me neither.
Yeah.
Not close.
Is it limited to an area?
Sorry?
Is it limited to this area? The senior?
Yeah, so Northwest Arkansas,
Okay.
I think. We don't have a high school in Bella Vista, so I think it's best that we express the interest in Northwest Arkansas. With marketing, we're going to coordinate it on social media platforms, eBlast. Do you have another idea, Gary?
With coaches?
We'll talk about it later. Okay. And then also an ambassador program. So this is a great opportunity for some junior golfers that are playing competitively, they're traveling. The whole idea behind this is that we would give them about $500. This would go to their tournament entries. The idea is that they would be wearing our logo, our hat. They'd have our, their name on their bag, but also our logo on their bag. They also would be promoting our academy through their social media platforms, and then we would be doing updates on our ambassadors through our marketing. So as of right now, we have 1 opportunity for that. If that's something that we feel like is a really exciting opportunity, I think we could budget for at least 2 this year. And then financial aid, I would like to kind of allow for kids to have the opportunity to play golf. And so whether that's covering the cost of a class, just letting people know that we do have financial aid opportunities for less fortunate folks. And then equipment. Ensuring we have enough rental clubs for the kids. Kids are growing. My daughter was here at one point, and now she's up here. So I need to get clubs that accommodate our students. It's not a one-size-fits-all deal, and golf is really hard if you have clubs that are too long for you. So that's kind of the premise of where I'd like to spend our money to start, and then just kind of like to talk about the programs that we're going to be implementing. So Operation 36, we are on week 2. I'd still love to promote the Futures Academy with Operation 36. It's a great program. I think that they can intertwine. We have 10 students in our first program, with Op36. And then our PGA Junior League, we've already started that. We're in week 1. I also think that's gonna be a nice program that's already organized that we can affiliate with our academy. And then I said that I'd love to start a BV Junior League. Obviously with Highlands being closed and maybe golf course availability, that might be something that we look to in 2026. And then we'll have an intro to golf program. This is gonna be a 4-week program. It's gonna be the basics of putting, chipping, full swing, and an on-course. I am looking to start that in June after school is out. Toddlers and tees. That's gonna be for those little fellas. We're gonna have plastic clubs and big tennis balls to hit. And I'm hoping to start that in the summertime, make it relatively early in the morning, because my kids are up at 5 a.m., so.
What
8 or
age,
9.
what age you gonna start that?
Sorry?
What age you gonna start that?
So I was hoping to start it at 3. Toddlers and tees, 3 to 5.
What happens with the age limit on the golf course?
We don't have one.
Okay. All right.
But that program too, like I would love to take that at Highlands where there's gonna be a little bit more privacy and it's not gonna be so busy. Like Tanyard is gonna be pretty chaotic for the next little while. So we have snag equipment for that. That's all plastic clubs. We already have that equipment. It's pretty simple to do. We'll have bubbles. It's gonna be great. And we also have our summer camp that Alex has put together. Again, I feel like that's a really good program that we already have set up in our community. You know, offering financial aid might be a good opportunity for us for the summer camps. And then a high school golf advancement program. I've already committed to Bentonville High to start a program with them this summer. So they're looking to do about 16 sessions with me.
I just want to clarify that that falls all under the academy, and both Ryan and Hannah have done a great job, that this blankets everything that we do for the juniors and falls under the academy, which there's a logo. If you have a look on your page, the front page, that is a logo drawn up by a youth that we'll be utilizing for the academy. So it's kind of cool. And thanks for the Futures Cup too, for making it happen.
Yeah.
The junior program that we have right now,
Yes, ma'am.
are they automatically fed into this same program or access to the program without doing anything extra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all fits together.
Yeah. The other part with our programming is obviously we want to make sure that Tanyard is up and running and doing really well. So that's why we're seeing later dates of June to get started. Okay.
Well, Hannah, just on behalf of, the Futures Cup and the 80 guys that play in that every summer, and, it was our idea at the very beginning of this to give back to the community with this tournament. And that's why we came up with the name Futures Cup, because we looked at the future of golf in Bella Vista. And we've been able to sponsor Operation 36 in the past, and now through Daryl's input and your input, we've been able to start this academy, and I can't be more excited. I mean, and you have done a magnificent job in putting together a collaborative program that I think encompasses all of our dreams.
Yeah.
To help underprivileged, to broaden the game, starting with the toddlers, all the way up through the high school kids. Helping kids who want to go into tournament golf and go that route, helping them financially, having our logo on there. I think it's really exciting.
Thank you.
And I can't thank you enough for what you're doing, and I know the guys that play in that tournament every year will be very, very excited to hear about this.
Yes. The other element that Ryan and I are looking to start is going to be in the fall, and we're going to offer a homeschool class. So essentially, we have a pretty big community in Bella Vista that are homeschooled, and for them to get gym credit, we will offer a class during the day that they can attend.
That's amazing.
We're hitting
Yeah.
everybody.
So that, yep.
Besides the Future Cup helping fund, do you have any other funding elements now? Or you're going to be looking for them?
I will be looking.
Do you have a budget you're looking at?
I don't have a budget yet. $1 million?
Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
That's gonna come as a surprise to the 80 guys in the Futures Cup, as the entry fee has gone
send
way
the
up.
invoice.
Your share.
And then the other part of that is in the fall, we just want to make sure that everything is kind of rocking and rolling, but in the fall, us going out to schools as well. I think bringing the pros to the school is going to be another great opportunity for us to capitalize on and offer it as a gym class. And then we can talk about coming to Bella Vista, come hit balls at Tanier Creek, come hit balls at Highlands, but getting out to the community versus just assuming that they can get to us. Yep.
Thank you, Hannah.
Appreciate it.
Hannah,
Thank you.
one other thing, and I don't, everybody may have just gone over that, just looked over it, but those goals that you got set there, I don't know of any other sport or activity that you can do that addresses all of those types of goals.
Yep.
And they're very, very important because our young people don't get that a lot of times at home,
Yeah.
a lot
So
now.
why don't you read those goals? Because we've got people watching at home. I think it's important that they understand the integrity of what we came together with this academy. If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so our goals are to have a servant heart. So part of the POA's mission statement is to have a servant heart. So compassionately, humbly, and joyfully helping our community. Students will be given many opportunities to volunteer throughout the POA community, whether that's helping with the tournament or standing divots with Friends of Dogwood or Highlands or Country Club, other friends at Country Club too. Plenty of opportunities. Honesty and integrity, taking initiative with honesty and respect to accomplish a goal and task on the course or in the classroom. Approachability, I think this is a really big one, is giving the students the confidence to engage with all. Passion, 100% committing to your own actions and with enthusiastic pride. And extraordinary, exceptional coaching and mentorship through the game of golf. And just leaving a big community impact in Bella Vista. We're very fortunate to be here.
Jerry, thanks for bringing that up. And I know when we got together with Hannah and Daryl in the beginning, that was a huge focus of our group from the Futures Cup, is that we aren't just teaching them golf, we're teaching them goals for life
skills.
and etiquette and all of that. And we feel like it's helping in some small way maybe, but hopefully a bigger impact on creating great citizens. And, and it's a bright future then for our country.
So thank you so much to Futures Cup, and we look forward to getting this started. Yep.
We appreciate both, thank you. Okay, next up is facilities reports, and we'll start over here with Jerry. Yeah, Mike, please.
Scottsdale is up and running, and Kyle has done a great job of getting things ready to go after the long winter's nap we had, as we said last month. But they've got most all of the debris and things cleaned up, and they've got their big brush pile cleaned up from this winter. They've got another one started since we've had some more debris come down, but that'll get taken care of before long. The only debris out on the course, the only thing that I saw is just around the low water bridge there on 1 and 2 that may need to be sure we get those cleaned out, because if we have another water event, then it gets stopped up even more. It's flowing good, but and they have done that on the the other bridges. So they just hadn't got to that yet, but they will. The course itself, beautiful. We played it today. The greens are rolling very well. Look very good after. I know they punched it a little bit with some small tines and air it out a little bit, and those are pretty well healed up and rolling very good. The pro shop is always bright and airy, and everybody's enthusiastic in there, and they do a great job in there of selling and getting things going there. So rounds are going to be up, certainly, because we've got one course down, but it's pretty well full all the time. Everything's going great.
Good. Thank you, Jerry. Dave?
Kingswood and Burksdale, again, looking good. I was out there yesterday, played, and Pro Shop, of course, brand new place. The facility's awesome, as we all know, and great selection of merchandise to start out the year there. So if you're looking for anything, they've got it. Golf courts are easily accessible, always neat, clean, excellent. The course itself, the greens, I thought looked beautiful. I mean, they were just like a carpet out there, and the fairways are starting to come in now. We had that rain, which we desperately needed, and you can see the effects of that already. So I think it's set up for a great spring of golf.
Good, thank you. Kimala?
I am going to curb my Tanyard Creek report until next month because I believe Daryl will be speaking on Tanyard update. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, we appreciate that. Jim?
Of the country club, I think more than anything, it's in good shape, but more than anything, we need the spring growth. I mean, as soon as it starts spring growing, I think it's just gonna blossom. It's looking really good. I think not having the carts on the course all winter, really great idea. And Graham, I know he mentioned he's looked into, they're gonna start clearing that driftwood or whatever that is around, 11 there after 10, get that cleared up, that'll be nice. Shop always looks great. I mean, I think to me, it's the show place of our merchandise in Bella Vista.
Good, thank you. Gary, you have Clay's?
Dogwood. Pro Shop is in good shape. Oops, thank you. Golf carts are in good shape. Driving range is in poor shape. Their driving range is nets, and he was talking about the hitting cages. The maps might need some work. Balls are very abused and dirty. That's his comments. I don't know if that's part of the course or is that part of the Friends of Dogwood that runs that?
It's really the Friends of Dogwood, but I've got some mats located from the old Tanya Creek. We'll get them down there. If we can get, I just don't have a truck to haul them in. We can get that done, and they're on new golf balls in Jimmy's office that they just put out every now and then.
The overall golf experience, he said, was good. Bermuda, prior to Bermuda growing, the course is in excellent shape. Some blue flag cart riders are getting too close to the greens. I don't know if there's an enforcement going on, but he commented that he saw some blue flag players too close. And that's it.
Okay. Any questions on any of the facilities? We appreciate the reports.
Just one comment. I think that now that we're into spring, our experiment with keeping carts on the path in the winter has been a huge success. Just from just eyeballing it from the road, you can see a difference. But B, playability is just so much better on the courses that did have the carts on the path. So I would, as we get closer to fall and we start voting on that again, I'm gonna be a huge supporter of doing that again on our courses, and obviously leaving one or two available for carts off paths, but I think it's worth our time and effort, all of us as a community, to really pay attention to that, because I think we're all getting the benefit of it already, and here we are just in April or mid-April. Wait till mid-May, it's gonna be amazing. I think we're gonna really, I mean, what was it last year? We were June, July before things were getting back together, and we can already see it. We're probably right now, our course conditions are probably as good as they were in June last year. We're probably 2 months ahead. Especially on those courses that had the carts on the path. So credit to you, Graham, and your staff, and all the hard work that all your guys do. It's, man, this is awesome. I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like another month or so.
It might be advantageous to promote that decision and maybe an article in the golf update. Let all the players know that we closed them.
Put it up.
Here's the results, and things look good.
Put it in front of people that this is the reason they look like they do, is because of what you've done in the past, so. Anything else on that? Okay, we'll move right into Graham. Before you start, Graham's report is on the website, is that correct, Jessica? Graham's report is on the website or not on the website? Okay, all right. So anything you want, Tom's got it on his, if you want anything shown, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, on the golf courses, we're finishing up our spring fertilizer applications. Again, this is something we wanted to try, after identifying some areas we thought we might be able to make some progress, extending the golf season, or the growing season out a little bit. We thought spring and fall fertilizer might help us there. So we're in the process of getting all that done. We're already seeing a nice response in growth, where we've already put it out and it's been down for a little while. We did have a couple frosts, this morning and yesterday morning that may have set it back just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be last very long. We're supposed to be 85 this weekend, so I think we're going to be in really good shape. We're seeing some nice green up everywhere. We do want to kind of get until the end of the month to see where we are as far as any potential winter kill. The rough is still not really green yet, so we need to be able to see kind of where we're at on everything. I think we're probably end of April into early May before we see that. We did have a bunch of heavy rain, and that it was different across the village. Dogwood reported about 3.5 inches, and Highlands had as much as 6 inches. So it's very different, and that goes again. We'll talk a little bit about this. It's not in my report, but temperature too. I got a lot of comments over the winter time where, hey, it's 40 at my house. Well, it's Scottsdale. It's 28. So it's just there's a big variance across our. We've got a large area we're working with in different climate. A very different climate in many different places. So I would just say keep that in mind and be patient with us. So we didn't have any major flooding. I think it was maybe due to how dry it was leading into that event, but we didn't have anything really come out of the banks of the river, so that was good. We did have some cleanup to do, however, around bridges and that sort of thing. I did make a mention in my report that especially at Country Club in Scottsdale, you can really see the density in the rough, the density in the fairways, how good that is with no cart traffic. So, and I will write an article for the golf update. I think that's a great idea. And then going back to what we talked about last month with the debris piles at Country Club, I did want you guys to know I didn't forget about that. MAC department's been very busy trying to get the gun range open. We need some of their equipment to be able to do that work. So they've kind of put it on their list of things to help us with coming up in the month of April. Tanyard Creek, we still have some finish grading to do around the building, the sidewalks, the roads. That's all happening starting tomorrow, Friday, and then we are going to be doing sod work early next week to finish that project out and be done down there. So excited about that. Kingswood Pond Liner, we started that project during the dry period, and we started skimming out the silt, and we got to a point where water started filling up, and we started trying to pump it, and we weren't making any real progress there. As fast as we could pump it, it was filling back up. So we kind of hit that groundwater level from the Sugar Creek, and so we weren't able to apply that liner, and our thought was, well, we'll just wait until that water goes down, and then we get hit with a big rain, and now that thing is completely full. So we'll wait for it to drain back out, and then we'll get back out there and finish.
Is it ever gonna drain?
Last summer, it was 100% dry.
No, but you dug it down for deeper now. Did we open up the spring to feed it? Is it gonna be?
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see on that. I don't know for sure. I can't answer that. I know we dug down to the native rocky soil that's kind of been Bella Vista. We skimmed all that silt off, and when we did that, we kind of got, that was probably a foot of material we skimmed out, and then we just had a little bit of standing water there where we couldn't apply that liner. So assuming it gets as dry as it did last summer, which I don't know if it's normal or not, I think we'll be okay. We'll see. And then the Highlands Zoysia conversion, I did have some pictures here. We did a good job last year kind of documenting progress through the weeks. And so the picture on the left was 4 weeks from when we planted. So you can just see there's just a little bit of green there, not much happening. The picture on the right is actually, this year. So you can see we're not really far behind at all, even though we planted in late winter, that we're in pretty good shape 4 weeks out from planting. And then further down on the picture on the left is 8 weeks. The picture in the middle is 12 weeks from planting, and then the picture on the right is 16 weeks. So 16 weeks from planting will be early July. We don't know what's going to happen. This is our first time doing this, and we're planting at a different time with different temperatures. So I would say we probably still need to be patient, although I think with what we're seeing, we think we're in a pretty good spot. So excited about that. I did want to show you guys also the next couple slides down. Pictures from, so this is the Meyer Zoysia. These pictures were taken on March 27th. Everything was still dormant. All the Bermuda was brown, except for where we painted, but you could tell it was painted. These were not painted. And so this is the picture on the left is number 1. Beautiful grass. It was very dense. You couldn't see any soil and just a great playing surface. And then the picture on the right is 18. And you can see that's kind of what I think. You know, if you look at that, you can probably get pretty excited about where we're going to be when this project's over, with what we're going to have out there. So
Does Zoysia go brown during the wintertime typically?
it will. It'll take.
But we'll have a nice hitting surface off of it?
Oh yeah, very dense. It won't lose density, and it will be green longer and green up faster than Bermuda grass. So that's my report. If there's any questions.
Questions for Graham? If not, we'll move into Daryl.
All right, I don't have any great pictures, I'm sorry. So let's jump into Round's report quickly. We ended at 16,796. So I just want to point out, that's just 225 down from last year's March. And that's without having Highlands. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Right there, you have a look. Guest rounds were down, memberships were actually up, which as I was talking to a group today at lunch, we're seeing a trend of our membership playing more golf, and the younger membership are playing more golf. So just be very aware that when you see young people, they are not all guests, they are our neighbors. Going down to year to date, we had 24,900. We are 5,119 behind last year, but most of that was because of January, February, with all the snow and the cold. So if we can continue where we're going and get to close to last year's rounds as we move forward with the golf course down, I'll be very happy and pleased on that side. Tanya Creek, I mean, our buckets are down because Tanya Creek just opened last Friday, which was super excited. I don't know if anybody went down there. We had a rainy weekend. Somebody posted on Facebook, oh great, they're going to open it with a rainy weekend. Well, we've got a bar down there, and we've got a simulator down there, and then somebody else posted on Facebook that why don't we have 2 or 3 simulators down there? So no matter what we do, and if Hannah was here, she would be rolling her eyes saying, man, I've heard all sorts of things. You know, why did you paint that wall green? Or, you know, why did we do that? Why did we do that? So there's a lot of that going on right now, but overall, very positive feel down there. I was down there, I've been down there every day, and for a couple of hours visiting, and people walking in, and they're like, man, this is great. I said, yeah, do you remember what the old Tanya Creek building was like? Oh my goodness, this is wonderful compared to that was. So it's really good. Just a couple things on Tanya Creek. Yeah, there's a lot of operational little things behind the scene that we kind of get in the gel down. We've got a lot of new staff down there. So they're still learning, picking up stuff. We do have one new thing that we added. When you come into Tanya Creek, you just scan your activity card. It pops up a picture. It says if you're a green light to get your bucket, or if you're you got to pay. So that's kind of how it works. People are like, well, that's kind of cool. Last time we would sit there, and my guys would sit with a piece of paper, 1 bucket, 2 buckets, 3, and then a cut. Now we've got automated stuff, so it's a big advancement and improvement for our customer standpoint. The bar is rocking. Every time I go down there, people are sitting down there watching people hit golf balls, and that's great. I had a couple sitting there, and I went behind the bar where Fuzzy's down there. He's our full-time bartender. And I went by, I was like, this is the life. And this one lady said, yeah, we retired. It's Wednesday, and it's fantastic. I said, no, it's Monday, ma'am. She goes, oh, yeah, it is Monday. You're right. This is great. But so that's really good. The pickers are working great out there. Everyone's just sits and goes, wow, those are pickers. They're rolling. They're averaging around 15,000 balls a day. They just pick up, and that's the best employee I have. They don't take lunch. They work all night. They moan. They come up, drop the ball. So it's pretty fun to watch it, and we're rolling on that side. We are still on mats, and we'll stay on mats until the root gets deep and Reed says, all right, we're ready to go off the mats. Couple things that people weren't aware of. We have prisms out there and all the flags. So use your lasers, shoot it, and you'll be good to go. Somebody asked, why don't you have the boards out? I said, but between, just on the bottom deal, from the one side to the other side, you've got 8 yards difference between them, depending what flag you're going for. Right in front of you, it can be here, but if you're going that side, you can actually get up to 20 yards difference. So putting up the different things out there, you go anywhere anymore, you don't even see that. The masses, I'm just watching them on the range the other day. They're shooting. They don't have signs that say it's 100 yards. So that's kind of where that is. Use your lasers out there. Couple of things that have also come up. The booking of the cave simulator, which was packed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, every day it's been packed. It is the same as booking on a golf course. So go into your booking a tee time. You can click on the courses and you'll see the cave pop up. If the cave for that day is full that you select, it won't show up. That's the biggest thing, it won't show up. So if it's open, it will spit out the times that you can book. Once again, you're always going to book 4, because I don't want, say, Gary comes there and you book 2 and then it opens up and I book and I walk in then, I don't know Gary and he wants to play Pebble Beach and I want to work on the driving range. Well, that's not going to work. So it's a minimum of 4, maximum of 6, and it's only a one-time. Whoever booked has got to pay $40 for 2 hours. That is cheap. Everybody's saying that's crazy. So that's for a member with an activity card. With a paper card, it's $45 and $55 for guests for 2 hours. It is great. Every time I've gone down there, people are playing and like, this is fantastic, trying different things in the simulator. But it is a golf course booking and it is done online. So jump on there, check it out, and roll with that. So that's kind of where we are. The staff is doing good. Hannah's adapting. And we've got good merch down there. LT's done a great job down there. The fitting stuff is in, it's rolling in as we speak. So if you want fitted for clubs, reach out to one of our pros, but all our fitting days are also full, sold out, and rolling. So we have Ping coming next week, that's rolling. So we've got lots of stuff. So sign up. It's a happening place down there. So that's about all I got for my report. Any questions?
Is there a possibility of cancellation for a day down there that somebody can't show up that day and I could call down and get an opening if there is or not?
It will show up online.
Okay,
Yep.
it will show up
It will show up online. So it's a live tee sheet, so it will continue to show up online so you can check it. But if by noon, if you want to call down there and speak to people, hey, if anybody canceled, you can do that too. Either way, they're answering phone calls all the time. But the biggest thing is book online. That's going to be your best way to do it. Is book online, get your spots, and bring your friends.
I just have a couple comments. I was down there today, and if you haven't been down there, you should go down and just see the atmosphere. I mean, the atmosphere is not your typical driving range atmosphere. It's an experience. I mean, the sitting area, the bar area, the cave, it is really a fantastic facility. The other thing I would comment on is, when are you gonna put holes in the putting green?
They're out there.
Oh, they have flags in the putting green.
Yeah,
They have holes in the chipping green,
yeah, we're gonna wait just a little bit on that. We wanna
but you are gonna put them in there.
Yes.
Okay.
So as that grass gets to grow, sorry, I saw the ones on the chipping green are in there.
Chipping
For your
green doesn't
putting
know if it's putting green
surface.
or not. Okay, good, but it is fantastic, you just gotta go try it.
Daryl, what's really impressive, and it always has been, the idea of this, but you step out there on the mats, and you're sitting there, and it looks like you're on the golf course. It's not a cow pasture out there with some flags stuck out or some poles stuck out there.
Yeah, that's right.
It is a good experience, and it's a life type experience, just like you'd be on the golf course. So if you work at it that way, then that's what we're wanting.
That's awesome.
One other comment that doesn't involve Tanyard, and I don't think we've mentioned it, are the new flag sticks at the courses. That's really a nice improvement. It looks great. Really classes things up quite a bit. With the course logos on them, with the diagonal stripe, it's fantastic. It looks really good. So, thank you, Graham, for yeah. And have you added, and it's just a question, have you added the prisms on those flag sticks as well? Because it seems like the laser shooters are picking it up a lot quicker than they used to.
Yeah, we, on most courses, we got the prisms, but on some, we're still using the prism tape for now. But we will be moving to the prisms in the flag sticks.
Okay. And then one other sort of semi-technical question, but like on the range, you're talking about laser in the flags so you know the distance and you can work on your game, and I hit my 8-iron this far, I hit my 7-iron this far. How does a range ball compare to a ball that would normally be used? Is it, like let's say you play a Pro V1, how does that compare to like a range ball, and how do I adjust my distance?
Okay, that's round with dimples. So it's no, yeah. So good question. They are a little harder. They don't fly probably 5% less than a regular ball. However, you've got so many variances of balls that everybody uses. Ball fitting is super important. So a Pro V1 might work for Dave, it won't work for, say, me, or an E6 might work for somebody else, it is, but you'll get close enough what it is, where it is, and that's kind of where it goes. If you want to dial it in a little bit, book out the simulator, and you're allowed to use your own balls in there. Go in there with 3 different balls and get your readings off that as well, so that will help. You pick a ball, we do have ball fitting days. We had one last year out at, with Titus out at Scottsdale, and I suggest that, but it will get you within 3 to 4 yards.
I mean, that's all I mean. I'm
Yeah,
not,
3 to 4
yeah, I'm not a
yards.
pro, and I'm not looking
No.
to get within a yard, but
Yeah.
5% is a general rule
General
of
rule on
thumb?
that. Now, if you go down to Top Golf, that is 40%. It's a little different down there, so just because they got chips in it and everything like that. But these are all good range balls that will work. And obviously, if you look at them and you have one that's been used a little bit, but they're all new golf balls down there right now. So it's kind of where it is. So.
Any other questions for Daryl? Thank you, guys. Alex?
Okay. Golf events and programming is starting to ramp up. Our first tournament is the Folds of Honor tournament on Saturday, May the 3rd at Scottsdale. Registration's open online in all the pro shops. I think we currently have 17 teams signed up, so we're about half full for the one-day event. The couples mixer coming up at Dogwood on May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. You'll see that available to sign up on the website as well. Beyond that, the 3-person tournament also at Dogwood's coming up on June the 7th and 8th. We'll get some information out here pretty soon. I think that'll be like a mixed format type of event. I'm not sure exactly what Jimmy over at Dogwood has planned for that event. It's been a scramble in the years past, but he's going to change it up and get some fresh thoughts in there. Our teaching programs have all began. We've got Operation 36 for juniors, ladies and men. Juniors started yesterday with 10, so we're real happy with that, 5 boys and 5 girls. The ladies, I believe, started today with Hannah, and she has two full classes, a Wednesday full class and a Thursday full class. The men's was going so well for Ryan on Sundays that he had to make a second offering for those, so now we have 2 full classes of men's 36s, and that also spilled over into our couples golf programs taught by Tom Levrain. He had so many interested, he had to make 2 classes. So all our golf programs have really taken off. You'll see some more Op 36 stuff coming up. We'll start some more stuff in June. So we are good for the spring. And I think there's just a lot of stuff going on with everything that Hannah mentioned before with her, toddlers and tees and high school advancement programs. There's just gonna be a lot of opportunities for programming this summer. So we're really excited about everything.
I'm going to jump in, and the only reason I'm jumping, not to steal Alex's thunder, but I have had probably 20 emails. The shot in the dark has been moved to October of this year. We normally do it in April this year, or every year, but because Highland's closed, and that's the perfect setup for it, we're doing it in October. So if anybody, because that sells out within 2 hours. When we put it online, it's done in 2 hours. So I'm been telling everybody, it's coming. We haven't forgotten about it. We will do it. We'll still do it, but it's in October. So
yeah, we have really the only 9 holes that we could do that and have it dark enough for it. So yeah, so very good. Any questions on anything?
So we're growing golf. Okay, Tom.
just want to remind everybody, the ballots for the election of the Board of Directors will be coming out next week. Make sure you do some research and make an informed decision. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Good liaisons. Jerry?
I'm happy.
Dave?
I don't have anything. I'm just, open up Highlands, I want to play golf. Can we play backwards, like tee box to green? Yeah.
Your house is getting cold.
No, it looks great. We drove around last night and seeing some green. It's awesome.
Driving around the grass.
Yeah. Or the sand. It's pretty sandy right now, Dave.
Okay, no emails, Kyle? Did you have anything? Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Okay, old business. We have gold tee boxes. Jerry, want to comment on that?
Well, I've had a number of the ladies groups that my wife plays in, and several of her friends and things have asked again, this has come up before, but we need to level some those gold tee boxes. I mean, they're marked and everything, but there's such undulation in that area. You know, if I'm playing with them, I just tell them, find you a level spot. But if there's anything we can do to level those a little bit, where they're not 1 foot here and 1 foot up here kind of thing, and their balls below their feet or above their feet, you know, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna jump in there, because I'm the one that did it 5 years ago. I didn't make them unlevel, I made them leveler. So 5 years ago, it was addressed, we had one marker out there, and it was brought to our attention that we want two. We want to give them a playing area. I remember Jason and I went out when we had one marker saying you got 2 club lengths all the way around weekend. So we did the 2. And I wish I should have videoed me doing it with the head professional there and the maintenance guy. And I had a big piece of wood that was long with levelers on it, and put it down, and we moved a bunch of them, and then we got the courses rated. To get in and level them, because it's in the middle of a fairway, is going to cause an issue. And you have tees and stuff to do. You can move around within that as a tee box, just like you do on a tee box. So I'll get out and look at them again, because they do have a little bit of wear and tear, and I have noticed there are wear and tears in some spots where you watch people just walk up to the same spot and tee it up, same spot and tee it up, same spot and tee it up, where it's a big teeing area, look around and move it. So that's part of where it is. I'll look at them again. It's been 5 years. I'll get my big old pole out, drive around, tap it onto the top of the Tahoe, and we'll make it work. But I would go look at it, but it was done, and big improvement was done, and the course was rated. To go out there and change it, we got to be real careful on that spot as far as ratings go.
Yeah, I don't think they want a tee box as such built. I think just within that area, there's just, like say, wear and tear that is just.
The wear and tear I get, but if I move it, then I got to get it re-rated.
No,
So
they're not even asking it. They just want a little bit of leveling within that existing box.
It sounds like a great day for us to drive around, get out of the office. All right.
And not all of them are that way.
No,
but
I got
there's some that are really a lot of difference in.
Is it permissible to make it a local rule that you can move more than 2 club heads back or 2 club heads
No,
back?
within the scoring system with the deal.
But you can still put 2 back,
Yeah.
within 2
Yeah,
club
yeah.
anyway.
And they aren't moving back is a problem. They're staying in the same location.
They're trying
Yeah.
to stay.
So, and here's the deal too, and I wish I could draw it a little bit. So you got your 2 markers here, and everybody feels that your feet have to stand within those 2 markers. The ball needs to be within those 2 markers. So you can put the ball right here on the end of the marker, and your feet can be outside the marker. And if anybody watch this weekend, there's some golf tournament going on that's going to be on TV all weekend. You watch how those pros move around that tee box to get better angles into shots, instead of just teeing up in the middle at the same spot and wearing those feet down. And I'm just going to point out too, if you have a look, and this is one thing at Tanya Creek, when we're on mats, we are not allowing people to step off the mats to hit on the grass. Alex at Highlands, when we were on the mats and people were stepping off, within a week, you had feet holes about an inch down from people just hitting clubs and making that wear. And that's what's happening, what happens on our tee boxes. You can see it. So we'll get out, we'll have a look, see what we can do.
Is there any that are particularly?
Kim, let's go ahead.
No, not, just in general, I mean, they play all the courses.
I will comment. I do play the gold. I started last year when I turned 70, but then I broke my hip and now I'm still doing it. So anyway, it is a challenge sometimes, but I have the two club rule. I go back and I just tee back here, and I do see that what he's talking about, that some people are doing the same spot. Every time they're all following each other, you don't have to stay there. And I have learned to move around a little bit, and I'm enjoying it a little bit better now, because I was having trouble, like what he was saying. It was very that's unfriendly. You just can't stand there. And ball might be clear up here. You got no way to. And then on some of our groups, well, WGC, where our tee box is up front, we have to stay within where the red tee boxes are located. So then you've got that little maneuver going on, but it works. I mean, it's been working for me. Okay.
Just a matter of working through it, so. Anything else on that? Okay, we pulled the facilities report form until May. Any other old business? Any new business that I'm not aware of? Anything else for the good of the cause? If not, our next regular meeting will be Wednesday, May 14th, right here in the boardroom at 4 o'clock. And we appreciate you all, and remember to remind people that how good it is this early and why it got in this state, that staying off this path. Thank you.
All we gotta do is go out on the course and they're figured out.